Hi people, morning Raven back here again as always and as usual. Yeah, you can tell what time it is. I'm going to be covering another Goetic spirit that I haven't covered before obviously. And this time it's going to be Zagan or Zagan. I'll be using the former or addressing him as such. He prefers that as well. Spirit number 61 from the Goetia, spelled Z-A-G-A-N. You can say Zagan, but I prefer Zagan. In any case, Zagan. Let me read it. The description. The 61st spirit is Zagan. He is a great king and president, appearing at first in the form of a bull with griffin's wings. But after a while he put it on human shape. He maketh men witty. He can turn wine into water and blood into wine. He can turn all metals into coin of the dominion that metal is of. He can even make fools wise. He governeth 33 legions of spirits, and his seal is this, etc. So I'm going to try to keep it short. Zagan, the appearance is correct. He does appear indeed as a bull with griffin's wings, and he's completely black. Think of the darkest form of gray, like I want to say gunmetal gray, but even darker. Like dark gray / black. Okay, that's what he appears as. His voice is quite hoarse and thick, like what you imagine a bull's voice to be like. And yes, he can take on human shapes. He took on the shape of a black guy, a white guy, and a white woman, a blonde woman. But you can tell that it's not really, the shape isn't optimal or optimized, so to speak, and he openly admitted to that, which is fine, obviously. His general neutral form is still the bull with the griffin's wings. He can also appear as another creature, for example, like a lion with the griffin's wings. Sorry, almost looking like a chimera, but Google chimera if you don't know what a chimera is. Chimera. In any case, the bull form is his default form, his true form. Now, in terms of what Zagan offers to anyone, any magician or spirit worker or anyone that wants to work with him, Zagan is Saturnian conventionally, with a considerably strong Plutonian affinity to him. And metaphorically speaking, unfortunately, the descriptions from the Goetia are all wrong. They're all gross exaggerations. To make men witty and to even make fools wise, nope. Turning wine into water and blood into wine, nope. He can turn all metals into coin of the dominion that metal is of. So what is meant here is that he can, for example, turn metal into gold. For example, since it belongs to the sun, of course, gold is the corresponding metal to the sun. So yeah, that's what's meant with that phrase, that the dominion that coin is of, or the dominion that metal is of. Yeah, that metal is of. So for example, if you have like metal, a certain part of metal, and it corresponds to the sun, then it can be turned into gold. It's simply a metaphorical reference to alchemy. Also not correct, like none of that stuff is correct, honestly. Bear in mind, obviously, I'm not an alchemist or an alchemic specialist, so yeah. But in any case, that's the gist of it regarding that statement. So yeah, none of these things are true, honestly. What he offers are default Saturnian things. He can lift someone up or adversely tear someone down. Like, there is no specific way. Like, you have ambitions, you have aspirations, you have goals you want to accomplish in life. Zagan can help you with all of those. Like, anything that you can think of. All things belonging to the zodiac sign Aquarius, because that's the zodiac sign he aligns with and or corresponds with and or to. Specifically 1 degree in Sagittarius, and where the Plutonian affinity comes in is 0 degrees in Sagittarius. What am I saying? Sagittarius, sorry, Aquarius. I repeat, Aquarius. Again, Aquarius. I just misspoke. No Sagittarius. Yeah, anyways. So that's what Zagan can do. That's what he brings to the table. You want to work with him. Again, anything. He can lift you up. You want to become a famous politician or a famous person, like a singer, an artist of some sorts. He doesn't do art, obviously, but in terms of connecting you with the right people and putting everything in place to the point where you actually ascend and you elevate yourself above the common man, so to speak, he can take care of that for you. And adversely, he can do the opposite as well. He can tear someone down, as in just tear someone down. Like you see someone in a position of in a position of how should I put it? You see someone in an elevated position, in a position of prestige, in a prestigious position or similar, then, for example, an enemy, then yeah, Zagan can take that person down a peg or two, to say the least. Zagan can tear that person down and whatnot. And yeah, those are all the things that Zagan covers. All things Aquarian, in addition to all the other things I already brought up and or mentioned. Now, as for Zagan's alignment, what type of spirit, in terms of what kind of spirit he is, what kind of entity he is. Zagan told me that he is a pagan god. He was a Babylonian god, and and I confirmed all of this. Obviously, he was a consort, a dark consort of Utu/Shamash. Utu and Shamash, another god from those civilization-based times and whatnot, ancient times corresponding to that civilization. Check the end screen. I remember I covered Utu/Shamash a long time ago, like 2019, 5 years ago, 50 years by my standards. And he also corresponds to Marduk, but he corresponds honestly more to Marduk than Utu/Shamash, but at the same time, he aligns more with Utu/Shamash in the sense that he was a dark consort of him, like I said. He was more of an abomination god. He was not a god that was spoken of, really. I mean, honestly, something like this does not surprise me, because I remember Babylonians had like murals with cows with wings depicted and stuff like that, so it's not a surprise. Yeah, so in that regard or aspect, but he wasn't discussed too much. He was almost like, you can metaphorically compare him to the Egyptian god Apep. He was like a bastard god, if you will, Zagan. And that's also why he did not withstand the test of time compared to the others, because gods like that are still remembered at the present day, like Marduk, Utu, Shamash, and it just goes on. Typical Babylonian gods, but Zagan, not the case. Okay, he did only through the Goetic, but other than that, no, he did not withstand the test of time, because there was barely any kind of documentation on him to begin with. Little to nothing in the way of documentation. None that survived the test of time. Let me see if there was anything else regarding him. Yeah. Oh yeah, and of course his seal and everything is in the thumbnail of this video. The seal as well as the description. And that is all, guys. Bye bye.